Hi, I'm Michael, and this is Let's Talk Climate. In this video, I'm going to give a quick summary of the key takeaways from the recent IPCC assessment report for 2022. Links to all three versions are found in the description of the video. Now, here are the big takeaways. Since IPCC AR5, the last assessment report in 2014, human influence on the Earth's climate has become unequivocal, increasingly apparent, and widespread. Climate change is largely driven by global warming due to the burning of fossil fuels like oil and gas that emit greenhouse gases. The impacts of climate change and extreme weather events have adversely affected or caused the loss of ecosystems including terrestrial, freshwater, ocean, and coastal ecosystems, including tropical coral reefs. Reduced food security, contributed to migration and displacement, damaged livelihoods, health and security of people, and increased inequality. With every increment of global warming, our ability to adapt, respond, and protect human life and nature decreases at a non-linear rate. Climate impacts are felt disproportionately in urban communities, with most economically and socially marginalized being most affected. The financial value of health benefits from improved air quality alone is projected to be greater than the cost of meeting the goals of the Paris Agreement. Globally, less than 15% of the land, 20% of fresh water, and 8% of oceans are protected areas. However, around 30% of the Earth's surface is needed to be effectively conserved to maintain biodiversity and ecosystem services. Above 4 degrees of warming, 35% of our biomes on land will shift, whereas if warming is kept below 2 degrees, less than 15% could shift. In 2019, protests calling for strengthened climate action reached an unprecedented level of over 6,000 events in 185 countries, with a reported estimate of 7.6 million participants, largely led by the Friday for Future youth movement. Current climate policies and actions alone are not sufficient to meet stated policy goals. In other words, policymakers have to do much more. The greatest gaps between policy and action are in failures to manage adaptation of social infrastructure, such as community facilities, services, and networks, and failure to address complex, interconnected risks, for example, in the food, energy, water, and health nexus, or the interrelationships of air quality and climate risk. Now, some of the key solutions proposed by the IPCC include decentralized renewable energy to lower greenhouse gas emissions, sustainable development of urban areas using nature-based solutions, plant-rich diets to promote better health and well-being, and to also lower carbon footprints, degrowth and intentionally reducing GDP, universal health care, water and energy access for all, and using indigenous and local knowledge in policy development. Reconciling the costs, benefits, and trade-offs associated with adaptation, mitigation, and sustainable development interventions and how they're distributed among different populations and geographies is essential and challenging, but also creates the potential to pursue synergies that benefit human and ecological well-being. Actions that limit global warming to close to 1.5 degrees Celsius would substantially reduce projected losses and damages related to climate change in human systems and ecosystems compared to higher warming levels, but cannot eliminate them all. The cumulative scientific evidence is unequivocal. Climate change is a threat to human well-being and planetary health. Any further delay in concerted, anticipatory global action on adaptation and mitigation will miss a brief and rapidly closing window of opportunity to secure a livable and sustainable future for all. We're in a defining moment right now for humanity and life on Earth. We need to all work together to take concrete action against global warming and climate change. Share your views in the comments below of what we should be doing more of. Please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel for future videos. Thanks for watching.